Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the TCG cast.
Yo, 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 yo,
Woo!
yo!
We're back.
We are back.
Yes, yes. But before we get started with the show and some like our typical introductions, don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, because we're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right now on Twitch.
Also,
We stream live on Twitch. Check us out.
yeah, what you said. Yeah, you heard what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, run that back one more time for those that didn't
We
listen.
are streaming every episode live on Twitch now. And now that we have readjusted our lives and, you know, finished up all the stressful stuff, we are getting back into our regularly scheduled programs. We'll have deck
Yes.
profiles coming down the pipeline, box openings. I just uploaded a box opening the other day, Baldur's Gate new MTG set, and of course our podcast.
Of course, yes. I know that I'm very happy, to be back.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking school was kicking my butt, but now I'm in the adult world.
And it
Still looking
sucks.
for still looking for jobs and whatnot. But we're close,
Mm-hmm.
and I can have a solid job to fund all my TCG habits. Low key, I might get into an old card game called Keyforge. That's nice. I don't know if you've heard about Keyforge before.
Nope, never heard of it.
All right, well, it's a cool game. But yeah. So what have you been up to, Spencer?
I got married recently.
Woohoo!
Shout out to my lovely wife Miriam Hernandez,
Yeah.
who I love very much. She's over there right now. Yeah,
He put a ring on it.
that's after 5 years of being together, we finally
5 years.
decided to settle down. Oops, there goes the neck cover. Took our honeymoon out in California since we couldn't go to Japan, and yeah, that's just kind of what I've been up to. It's been hella stressful. We've been working on it for quite some time, so that's why it had slowed down a lot on the YouTube end and the Twitch end as well. But now that that's over, now that you've graduated, we finally have pretty much set schedules to where we can let everyone else know, hey, this is gonna happen at this time, this time, this time.
Right.
Nice to have it back in schedule.
Right. Things are still gonna be slightly wonky on my end, just because of work stuff and other personal stuff. But generally, we should be back with our regular scheduled programming. And speaking of regular scheduled programming, let's hop into it, shall we? Now I don't. Do we have any magic news, or is it still kind of eh?
What was the last thing we talked about? Streets of New Caperna. Right. Then they came out with Commander Legends Baldur's Gate Battle for Baldur's Gate, which was another Dungeons and Dragons crossover set, and it tanked. You can get a booster box not even a week after release for $80. Where originally you're gonna pay upwards of 100, 110. Me and my buddy Dylan at work were talking about this. Yeah, this one tanked. We got Dominaria coming up unsanctioned, I believe, comes before that. And hopefully in the back half of the year, we'll have some good sets. Kamigawa was good. I enjoyed Kamigawa. The full art lands, I have a foil version of each, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna frame them up, and I'll put them right here. Where can you see that? Right here on the wall behind me.
Roger. Oh, good. All right. And I don't think we really have anything Pokemon related besides was Astral Radiance that recently came out.
Yeah, and then they've just been swamped down with so much shit. It's Pokemon, yo.
Yeah,
that'd be a whole nother hour and a half segment to cover everything we missed in Pokemon.
Yeah, and sadly we're kind of on a time crunch, so can't go too deeply in that. We will definitely talk more about that on the next episode.
Yeah.
But I do want to slightly talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Mm-hmm. Pre-order.
Which one are you getting?
Both. Me and my brother Luke, we're splitting them. He wants Scarlet because that's good because I wanted Violet. So I went into GameStop the other day, and my brother-in-law got an Xbox, and I was like, I wonder if it's too early to pre-order. And I asked the clerk that, and he's like, "Nah, you can pre-order now." I was like, "Give me the double pack."
Mm.
Before I even hit Luke up, I was like, "Give me the double pack." And then I hit Luke up. I'm like, "Hey, I pre-ordered the double pack, so we're just gonna split it." He's like, "Bet."
Yeah, I know. My friend Mike, who some of y'all know, who previously used to host this as well. I think
Rest
he's
in
also
peace.
getting Violet. Um, Somebody else in the friend group is getting Violet. I'm personally getting Scarlet mainly because I think it's not Miraidon, but
Simp.
whatever the cover legendary for that LAKEY looks like something from Monster Hunter. I'm a
Simp.
big fan of Monster Hunter, so
I know the real reason you're getting Scarlet. Simp.
uh,
Simp.
Sim,
Simp.
Sim for who?
The professor.
The same thing can be said about you. Hello, bro. That professor on Violet looks like Shady Penguin. And for those that don't know, he's an awesome content creator. But yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she's kind of fine. I don't like her like canine teeth that she got. Not a fan of that. But yeah, she cute. Oh yeah.
Don't know
What
who
was the
that
other
is.
thing I was? Who?
Said don't know who that is. What I do
Shady
know,
Penguin?
what I do know is I know Digimon, and we got some
True.
banging Digimon news. Oh,
Yes, we
Luke
got a
knows who
lot
Shady
of
is.
it. So speaking of Digimon, let's before we talk about like the current stuff, I want to talk about kind of some of the stuff that we might have covered previously that some of you guys on YouTube that exclusively watch us on YouTube talk about. Also, slight tangent. Uh, I want to speak for uh, I believe I speak for me and Spencer, and we apologize we low key recorded 2 podcasts like previously, but we haven't had a chance to like upload that, and it's kind of a little bit late to upload those. So
Yeah, they're a little
our
bit
bad.
lost. So
Like we mentioned, we've been hella busy, uh, but that shouldn't be an issue anymore.
all I know is
So
I redeemed Isaiah with freestyle, and I haven't heard it yet.
you're not getting a freestyle. That's what's happening. Ridiculous. Anyway, so let's talk about some of the stuff um that I might have covered last time, which is the new gift box that should be coming out um sometime in the future. So essentially, this gift box is going to contain packs that have for EXO3, which is Draconic Roar,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. And that's going to feature like a bunch of course, like dragon type cards. I think on like the cover, it has like a Guilmon. Um, there's like Guilmon, Agumon, and Vmon. So I'm gonna assume that there's going to be there's going to be like a Megidramon in there. There's going to be uh, I guess maybe like a War Greymon since he's a Dragonkin, and then also maybe uh, like a Vidramon type card or something like that. So I'm hyped for that. That's gonna be nice. Um,
Pre-order for One Piece is out.
yes, that was another thing I was gonna talk about. Um,
I am
but I'll
full
get to that
stealing for
later.
that one.
Oh yeah, I'm very interested in One Piece as well because like I come from a Dragon Ball Super TCG background and that looks very similar to it, but like with a little bit of like different stuff. So I'm gonna try it. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna get that. Then the next thing that we're going to get is some of the Digimon Survive promos whenever that game comes out, which is I believe July 29th, I think, something like that. Um, I don't know if you're able to pull those pictures up, good sir.
Which ones?
Uh, the um, the Digimon Survive promos. I'll put it in the Discord.
Oh, we don't need that there. Listen,
There you go. Yeah, so we got the Agumon. That card's cool. Like if you're able to hard play it, if you have, I believe, like a red tamer out on the field, you can kill like a 3,000 power Digimon. That's the only one I've read from the translation.
Mm-hmm.
That looks cool. We're getting a Falcomon. I think just the art alone for that is
Oh,
dope.
cool.
And then the next one is Labramon. That looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm hyped for it. Sign me up. Yes, yes, yes. Um, and the next thing that I wanted to talk about, which I might not have uh, put in the Discord, Spencer, but um, for those, okay, so the second anniversary of alternate art polls is currently active. You have until I believe the 19th to put in your vote for which card that you want to have like an alternate art for. So yeah, put those in as soon as you can. Um, yeah, I think that's the picture of it. There's not really too much to go off of there. Um, and then what else? Tamer Party 5. That's coming out. I know my boy Shadows he's very hyped for that. Not gonna lie, totally forgot what was all in it, but I know it's some juicy cards, and I know that I would want to get some of that for myself. Ahaha. Um.
Whoa.
Oh, here we go.
Why would it show my credit card information?
That's what you get for trying to do stuff right now, goof. Oh, here we go, Eosmon. I knew it. I knew it. But also, I think, yeah, they already have an alternate art Eosmon for the level 4 Eosmon, I believe. Uh, and yeah, so that's coming out. Uh, the next thing, I think that's pretty much it with some of those things. Now, another thing that I want to talk about that we're going to get soon, EXO2. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Digital Hazard. That will be coming out for us June 29th. This edition includes decks like D Reaper as well as Sakuyamon. Uh, I know some people are also hyped for the Gargomon line that's in it.
Gawkamon?
Huh?
Gawkamon?
No. um, I know personally for me, honestly, I'm really hyped for the new Gigimon egg as well as the new option card that goes with Gigimon. Oh my gosh, those are absolutely insane. Um, and hopefully, with my future deck profile that I'll do that has Guilmon in it, I'll definitely talk about how some of the uh, some of the cards in this set will be a great addition to the deck. So stay tuned for that. Ahaha.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now the downside for EXO2 is sadly for the Oceania players, you won't be getting this until mid July.
Yep.
Bandai hasn't said when in July, but I would assume between like July 10th to like July 18th, somewhere in that like time frame or something like that. So sorry you guys, but you're gonna have to wait for it.
Suck it. Nerds.
Wow, disrespect. Anywho, so the next thing on the list is some of the things that are kind of currently going on. Um, actually, wait, before that, I'm still talking about future stuff. So, store championships. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have store championships coming back. When is it happening? August. Yes,
August.
August is when the store championships are starting. So, be prepared. By the time August hits, I believe we would still be in the we'd either I think we'll still be in the BTA EXO2 format. Possibly depends on whenever they decide to release set nine. So stay tuned for that. Get prepared for either meta. I'm excited. I know that there were some cards that I personally want from that. If I can find it, which I don't think that I can find.
Is it Eosmon?
It's not EOSMO. Why are you looking at what? What is happening?
You said you wanted to talk about future stuff, so I googled future stuff.
Oh my goodness, ridiculous. Um, yeah, there are some cards. I think there's like a. Oh, I forgot which alternate art that you get from it. Let me look at the Digimon. Yep, Digimon. There it is. Okay, you get some Guilmon, or you get a Guilmon card, which is just an alternate art of the starter deck Gallantmon, Guilmon that comes from it, which looks dope. You also will receive. Um, you also could potentially receive a wizard, Altar Wizardmon, Tortomon, get an Altar Eismon Scatter mode, Nemon. I believe this is Mamimon from EXO1, and then
Monemon?
Coromon, which is great. Um, And then, of course, pricing is very similar to how it was last time. If you participate, you get the participant pack. But if you win, then you would get the champion card set, which is basically the participation packs, except it has the champion stamp on it. And then you'll also get your invite to nationals, which is fantastic. Which also it says final championships, which I think it's like the same thing as nationals. And I
There was
yeah,
one. There it is.
say what?
Cryptic Spires in the 2x2 set.
Mm,
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but for Magic the Gathering, there's this interesting land. As you create your deck, circle two of the colors below. Cryptic Spires enter the battlefield tapped. Add one mana of either of the circled colors.
oh, okay,
So I thought that was pretty neat. We previewed that
awesome.
today at work.
Um, but yeah, so the format, or okay, so the event date will be August between August 6th and August 25th. So within that time frame will be when Store Championships is happening. So make sure to sign up as many as you can. Unless if you happen to win, then and there you go. You don't have to do any of that. Um, Also, and from what I'm seeing, there won't be any side decks or mulligans for this event. So,
So they
so
did
yeah,
away with
which
it.
yeah, so which we will talk about that later on in the show. Um, so yeah, store championships coming out soon. Uh, I'm hyped for it. Now, speaking of other types of competition, recently I believe it was either I think it was either today or maybe yesterday. We have some news about Gen Con, which is awesome. Let me scroll up to my source. Yeah, so Bandai said that there's a Bandai claimed that there is a Gen Con and DC one, which is I believe like the like one of the Ultimate Cups. Um, there's an update for it. And they said, "Hello, Digimon Tamers. We have some great news today regarding our Digimon card game events at Gen Con. First, we're excited to announce that, oh, hey, my source. Where'd it go? Okay, first, sorry about that. We're excited to announce that each entry in all of our Gen Con events will include a copy of the 2022 DC1 participation set. Which each set will contain uh, a playmat, 60 sleeves, 8 cards, which will be of, I believe it's like 4 Lightning Joust and 4 of the promo Guilmon, which I'm personally excited about. And then there will be no VIP sets this year. Then the DC1 specific events will have DC1 prize cards. So they're going to have different prize cards, which top 64 will receive the starter deck Growlmon. Top 32 will get Growlmon and War Growlmon of the same starter deck. And then top 8 will receive the EX2 Gallantmon Altar, which is fire. Yes. Now, the cool thing about Gen Con is they're going to have offline and online events happening around the same day. So they're going to have one event on, I think, so they have some of their dates messed up. They're going to have 2 events on Thursday, one offline, one online. They're going to have one event offline, one event or one event offline on Friday, which is around August. So yeah, whoever made this, they made a bunch of typos. so so the time frame of these tournaments is between August 4th and August 7th. And there's gonna be 4 offline days, and then there's gonna be 2 online days. And then tickets for the online event will be live on July 10th. So we got about less than a month for that. So ready your wallets, put in some extra times at your job if you want to play this.
Mm-hmm.
I know
They
I'm
are
definitely doing
expensive. Cost
it. Yeah.
$74.
Yeah, for the online events, you got to pay 80. But for offline, depending on the event and the day, will range from 70 to 75 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but some of these cars look so good. Oh my goodness, they look so good. But yeah, so that's coming out soon. Now, I'm gonna talk about current news. Ladies and gentlemen, these past 3 weeks, we have had regionals. We've had the Top Cut event. We've had Origins, and then we had Acon in Irving, Texas, which I participated in, which I will discuss about later. So I just want to, if you could pull up the,
Player core.
if you do core. So yes, ladies and gentlemen. So which this so okay. So the 3 essentially main decks of this format, right, for BTA is Imperial, Mastamon, and then Yellow Hybrid. But the dude that won both Digifests using Blue Hybrid won this regional using Blue Hybrid,
Louis?
which is so funny to me because like everybody just thought like
Jose.
coming into the format, they just thought like, oh, like Blue Hybrid is like dead now. We got like other stuff going on. But Jose Salas was like, yeah, no, Blue Hybrid is still active. It's still good.
Yo, shout out to Dan Vang and the Digi Academy bros.
And Dan Bang, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, yeah, looking at this like top 16, yeah, this tournament was sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lot of high top tier players.
Yep.
But as you can see, there was a bunch of Imperials, a
Mm-hmm.
couple Blue Hybrids,
Security
couple Master
control.
Gallons,
Yellow purple
and
was
security
top
control.
3.
Yes, which I'll talk about later.
They should have played EOS Bond.
And I'll talk about that later. So yeah, so that's essentially the makeup of that one. Do we have the origins? I don't think I sent you the origins.
I got played TCG.
Okay, well, so with origins, I do want to talk about that for just a little bit. So the guy that won origins was none other than Mario's Gaming World
Mario
using yellow
participated.
hybrid. Yes, he participated and he got first.
Damn.
And he's been gloating about it all over his Twitter and Facebook. Which I mean is to be expected. There was like I believe like 200 something people there, so I would too.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the and like the
The
diagram
emotes.
was similar to I believe it was similar to the play TCG one, where essentially it was like Imperial, Yellow Hybrid, a little bit of Mastamon, and like a little bit of some other stuff. But we're gonna just toss that to the side. The one I want to talk about is Akon. You can pull that up, sir. So Akon, which is the one I participated in,
Where are
I
you
just
at
want
on
to give
this list?
1 second, sir. I want to give a special shout out to Edwin Rodriguez,
Oh
who
shit.
I know personally.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's my teammate,
Playing
and
yellow
I think
hybrid.
yeah, and he played Yellow Hybrid. So yeah, shout outs to Edwin Rodriguez.
Shout out.
Congratulations on getting first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like bro, like okay, like in like if I wasn't like in my competitive mind state, I would have been freaking out. I would have been ecstatic. But yeah, so he ended up topping with Yellow Hybrid, and as you can see with this distribution, about a good like 47% was Imperial.
Blue
Um,
Bond hybrid, yo.
I guess like a 43% uh was Yellow Hybrid. Then we had a decent amount of Mastamon, a decent or a couple of Armor Rushes, and then Blue Bond Hybrid. Yes, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so all these regionals happen. Congratulations to everybody congratulations to the top 16 of every event for getting their ticket to nationals as well as some awesome prizes. Now, and that pretty much covers the Digimon news. The only thing I want to talk about afterwards are kind of some topics that some people, not only at my local, but some people that like DM'd me through Discord and whatnot, that like asked me and whatnot. So the first question that, or the
This
first
is
topic I'm talking about.
this is the reader mail section. For those that are interested in writing to the show.
Okay, well, this wasn't the reader mail second. I was
Oh,
going to get to that.
yeet. JK, I fooled you all. This isn't the reader mail section.
Okay, so the first topic was how is this meta? Now, this is like something that typically people ask me that like haven't played the game for a minute. They've been kind of like busy doing other stuff. But Digimon's been pretty good. I can't really complain. I think this is probably the healthiest that it's been in regards to like powerhouse decks, because like in set 7, like the powerhouse deck was just blue hybrid, and if you wasn't playing that in like top competition, then
Then what was you doing?
you're not doing anything. Set 6 was Gabubon,
Mm-hmm.
and then set 5 I think was Lord Knight. But now we're kind of saying like, yeah, we got Imperial, we also got Yellow Hybrid, and we also got Mastamon kind of like circling around in this, in this kind of like triangle, uh,
Of
like
hatred.
triad of decks, which has been awesome. So I would say this game's pretty healthy.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Now, best decks in the format.
Blue hybrid.
So, um, okay, so essentially, the 5 decks that are, in my opinion, the best decks in the format is X Antibody, Armor Rush, Mastamon, Imperial, and Yellow Hybrid. Not necessarily in, well, I guess, yeah, kind of in that order.
You forgot
Um,
one.
No, not Eosmon.
Eosmon is number one always.
Even though I will say there is a cool Eosmon deck that has been like kind of circling around like the community, which I think is awesome. Haven't played it yet, but I do intend to soon.
Blackboard
Now,
Gray will have his day.
right now and that brings up the next topic, the slept on decks of this format.
Eosmon.
So okay, for Spencer, that's his. So for some slept on decks, I would say is red hybrid, mainly because what people have been doing now is just kind of like hiding and raising, and then going in uh, into their uh, either ancient Greymon or even Emperor Greymon, and just swinging for a bunch of checks and um, and kind of utilizing the Aldemon that essentially gives your ancient Greymon or whatever ADP. So that's nice. And then of course blue hybrid, like I mentioned earlier, that's been still a problem in the meta. Not as like as much of a problem, but don't sleep on it. And then also Blackboard Greymon. Uh, no shout out to Nigel. I think
And
Blackboard Greymon
Shadows.
is really good if you can. So I've learned that the red version of Blackboard Greymon is better than the black version because the black version is very slow. Um, but the red one is more like aggressive. And in this format, we do have like a lot of aggressive style decks. So being able to like kill something as well as potentially killing a tamer to slow down your opponent is really good. Um, I would love to see it top one of the events. Nigel playing one. But yeah. Um,
Send me the deck and I'll run it.
or that, yeah. Okay, and then another question that I think is also probably in the back of Spencer's mind. How was regionals? So regionals at okay
Hold
at the
on.
time.
I got a better question. Was
Okay,
it better than Digifest?
was it better than DigiFest? Um, when it comes to organization, yes. But when it came to like, I guess like
The
overall
vibe?
fun, like the vibe, I would say no.
No.
Yes. Um, but yeah, I did end up meeting a couple content creators.
Mm-hmm.
I met Primitive TCG.
Mm-hmm.
He's an awesome dude. Uh, I also met Team APS, who I totally forgot that they played Digimon. And they're mainly known for their Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah, I was about to
content,
say they're the Yu-Gi-Oh
um,
guys.
right? And also, for those that are wondering, yes, Paul looks like Beerus in real life, which is funny. Also, Limit Break was there. I didn't know which of the members, uh, or which one
was
out of the members was there,
was
but
Eli there?
I know they were at DigiFest, so uh,
Yeah, we met a
they
couple
were,
of them at Digifest. Was Eli
yeah,
there at regionals?
no,
No. Boo.
yeah, Eli Hill wasn't there. I think he
Boo.
went to one in Ohio.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, and I was. So I ended up getting 52nd out of 128. I
Pretty
know
good.
some of my other Bancho brothers, as well as my good friend Ryan. They didn't do as well as they wanted. But
And then
Edwin,
motherfucking
oh,
Edwin taking
that
first
boy
place,
freaking
yo.
went in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Also, and I'm gonna call this guy out by name only because if he does see this, I hope he answers my question. But I believe this dude's name is Tien Nguyen, who I think he got like
It's like
A's
6. Yeah.
with Mastamon or something like that. So I noticed whenever he was playing, he had like this headset in, and it didn't look like a hearing aid. It looked more like a um
Bluetooth.
like a regular like Bluetooth headset or something like that. Um, and I did talk to the judge about that because that's 100% illegal
Mm-hmm.
for you to do at the table. So, but like, I don't think like the people there did anything about it, which kind of pissed me off. And I thought that he was gonna have to play Edwin in like the final round, which like I'm not gonna lie, I was like I was telling my friend Mike, I was like, hey, yeah, we gotta. If he's playing him, we gotta talk to him because he low key should get like DQ'd, and if he
Mm-hmm.
gets DQ'd, that's a free one for Edwin.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily enough, Edwin, he actually was actually so funny. So he actually won the first game because his opponent ended up decking himself out, and then afterwards they couldn't finish the second game. So technically, it ended in a draw because of some weird ruling. But Edwin still got the first place. I was like, man, if he got cheated out of that, I would have been so pissed. I would have never played in a play TCG event ever again. Because heck no. Um. So now the last question or the last topic, which I'll try to be quick about. So Yellow Hybrid has been dominating this format. I've played Yellow Hybrid. It is a very disgusting deck. A lot of my other friends have been playing Yellow Hybrid. So the main question about it is: should Jet Sophie be limited to one?
Yes.
That's your answer?
You heard my Jet Sylphimon rant forever ago. Before
Oh
the
yeah.
motherfucker even came out. I think it should be banned and burned. And no more cards should be printed with Jet Sylphimon on the name. But that's just my 2 cents.
And that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as like as experiencing Jet Sophie and I guess two formats now, and I think Jet Sophie is a very powerful card, especially since we have a new tamer, which is a Kyrie Kamiya, which Spencer, if you don't know, essentially if you add a card from your security, not necessarily like healing, but if you just like add anything in security, you can tap that to gain a memory. So basically, Jet Sophie becomes free to Digivolve and heal,
Yep.
which I think is busted. I actually have a deck that I'm going to play today that utilizes that Kari. Not utilizing Jet Sophie as much as I want to, but oh man. Um, so I think that combo is very powerful. I think Jet Sophie is very powerful. I I don't think that it should be limited,
Yes.
mainly because I feel like if we did limit Jet Sophie, then not only is Yellow Hybrid just gone from the meta, but I think that Yellow essentially will be gone like as well, unless if what you call it well besides like certain decks like Security Control, which use like more like heavier costing options and Digimon to like recover. But I think just like Yellow essentially would just be just gone like from the format forever. Because as far as I know, like set 9, nothing good. Yellow Eyes is coming out. Set 10, we get like this new like card that's like kind of cool, but like eh. And then
D Reaper, baby. That's all I'm playing.
well, that's for EXO too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you can make an argument that Sakuyamon will be like the replacement, but like I don't. It it's kind of it's kind of eh. Now, what I do think should happen to Jet Sophie is that I think it should be or I think it should be eroded to instead of digivolving for one memory, you should digivolve for two. That's what I think. Because with these new like with the new Kyrie and whatnot, like that's like Jet Sophie being free. No, that
Mm-hmm.
is ridiculous. That is
Mm-hmm.
busted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you did it for two, then essentially it would still go back to one, but you'd have to like do more stuff to play around more stuff, if that makes sense. Or not to play around stuff, but you have to use more of your resources to heal essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be like a great way to kind of like fix this. Now, as I mean, Bandai can do whatever they want. They probably will limit this card to just one, but like I think in order to like keep like the deck alive, probably should just make it to where it's a two to digivolve instead of just one. That's my opinion.
Chat,
And
your
that's
thoughts
the
on
rest.
Jet Sophie?
Yes,
Because I think it should be burned at the stake, like the witch that it is.
which that is. That's funny. Um, but yeah, so that's all the Digimon news and topics that I have to talk about. Now
We are
we're gonna get
opening
to
up
a new segment.
a new section. Yes,
Yes.
the reader mail section. We have a couple questions already written in for the reader mail section. Join our Discord, and in the Discord you can find the mail time tab, and under that you can drop in your questions, and we will read them live. And of course, they'll be onto the YouTube channel as well, in the podcast recording. So our first one comes from John. He says, maybe a breakdown of why certain decks rise above others in tournaments, or the dangers of adding too many new mechanics and archetypes to TCGs, with Yu-Gi-Oh! As an example of a game that can feel quite crowded and yet not even half of the mechanics get used. For the first part of that one, a breakdown of why certain decks rise above the others in tournaments, just because they counter other decks in tournaments. So it's like, I watch League of Legends, and the meta changes in that so often, because someone will be like, hey, this champ does this, it works really well, and everyone else is playing this, and it does really well into what everyone else is playing. So they start playing that one champ. Other people see that person playing that one champ, see them dominating with that one champ, so they follow suit. So now that's the new meta, and then someone else is like, hey, this other champ actually counters that champ, so now everyone else is playing that champ to counter the new meta champ, and yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but if that makes sense, it's like a hive mind.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. Like especially like with BTA, like essentially like the hive mind right now is all about like Imperial. And like most of it comes from like oh like everybody played well, from for all the people that have been playing as long as I have, like Imperial was like a really good like fun deck because you get to swing multiple times with this mon with jamming. But now you have more ways to swing at your opponent at a more aggressive pace. So essentially, that hive mind is like, oh yeah, let's do this. Boom.
Yeah, I agree.
And then
As for the second part of John's question, adding too many mechanics, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, as long as you keep them fresh. I mean, if you take a look at Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not fresh. The same ones get used over and over and over again because they're too busted. If you introduce new mechanics that make the old ones kind of obsolete, then it continues to be fresh, and it'll it'll make it seem like it's like you don't have all of these options to try to choose from. So like take Magic for example. Magic has an insane amount of mechanics. But the new mechanics that come out with every other new set or however often they come out, they add to the game where people are like, hey, this mechanic works really well, so we're just gonna play that now. Whereas in Yu-Gi-Oh, you have pendulum summoning and all that other bullshit from ages ago that still work, and nothing new has come out to counter that stuff. And so you just see the same repetitive bullshit over and over again.
yeah, and I think like I like new mechanics. Like personally, I like new mechanics each set because new mechanics are like a nice refresher to the game, and it brings in like a new type of strategy that I can use against my opponents. And but as long as the new mechanic is basic enough to where it's
The
not
only
hard to understand like what stuff like what you need to do and whatnot, I think that's the way to go about it. Because whenever I played the Dragon Ball card game, Like I was used to like triple strike, double strike, critical, like basic stuff like that. But then once they added like rejuvenate, which like you like had to like take a life, replace a life, do this, that, and the other, and I was like, okay, man, that's yeah, that's enough for me. I'm good.
Yeah, I think if you're going to introduce new mechanics, they have to make onboarding easy as well. So if you want to keep your old player base with fresh new mechanics, but also get a new player base, you can't make it incredibly complicated where it takes 15 steps to complete one thing and you're reading a whole novel just for one card.
Yeah.
I think that's another big thing. Luke has a write-in. Why do you smell like dick cheese? Got him.
How old are we right now? Like what?
Kieran. Yeah, that's Terriermon Prophet. He said, it's basic, but I'd love to see what Digimon you want introduced to the game, etc. I think you already know my answer. More Eosmon.
Yo, can we get like a Eosmon hybrid? That'd be
Yes.
lit.
Eosmon X antibody.
That'd be insane.
Give me
Yeah.
Eosmon D Reaper. Give me the D Reaper version of Eosmon.
Oh my god. Ridiculous.
What about you? Have they? I don't really keep up with the anime enough or the video games. To me, it seems like they've added 90% of all Digimon in there.
Well, I know like because there's like certain Digimon in like in the manga. There's Digimon and like the old like DS games that like we haven't seen. I forgot what this Digimon's name is, but he was in like I think like Digimon Dawn or something like that. He's like this like red like fire guy. I'd like to see him. If he isn't in the TCG already, I'm not entirely sure.
What about
I
Lig?
do want to see uh, what's there's another one.
Ligmamon?
Yig Tracer. So what?
Ligmamon?
No. I want to see Yig Drasil. He is like essentially like the boss of all of the um the Royal Knights. I think that'd be a cool card. I don't know if they'd actually do it, but I hope so. And then the last one, either I want to see Rapidmon X Antibody. That's what I want to see.
I think that'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, I don't keep up enough to know what is and isn't in there. I just want more Eosmon. Really. Simple man.
Simple man.
That's the Eosmon I collect.
There you go.
And then a combo of our last question. John wants to know why Jesmon should be brought back to full power in SI presented by Isaiah. And Shadow said, I would like to know when Isaiah will finally become an apostle of our Lord and Savior Jesmon. Let his holy destruction rain upon all the non-believers, and shall we all be showered with sistermons. Shadow says he wants to see Jesmon Holy God mode introduced.
Holy God mode.
So this is our Jesmon segment of the podcast. Isaiah, take it away.
Okay. One, Saber Hook needs to stay limited. Let's get that straight. Two, and I hate to say this, but I probably will.
No, it's not real.
Oh, it's not real. Okay. I honestly, for content purposes, and also because like 90% of the people at my locals will be playing the Just One starter deck. I'll probably play it whenever that comes out because one, it has Blitz, and I really like Blitz. And also for content purposes. Yeah, there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's caved in.
Yep. If you can't beat them, join them. Yep.
You heard it here first. He is now one of the 12 disciples of Jesmon.
What am I, the Apostle Paul of Digimon?
Yeah, Apostle Zay.
Oh my god. Heck no. But
He has seen
I
the light.
did see I did see a Bloom Lordmon deck that like low key decimated the new Justmon. So I might be on that as well.
You know what else
Just
will
saying.
decimate the new Jesmon?
Adios, Mon.
Eosmon.
Oh, here we go.
My Eos Reaper. I'm making
Eos Reap.
I'm making a combo Dios. I'll call it Diosmon. There it is. There's the name. D Reaper and Eosmon.
You're wacky. Just know that. Wacky.
That wraps up the mail time section. Thanks everyone for coming out. I think that'll wrap up all the Digi news this week. Isaiah, I know you gotta go. You got locals in like 30 minutes, right? So,
Yep. Time to terrorize everybody with security control because I am that guy.
what a degenerate. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Isaiah?
Oh, yo, I totally forgot that I was. Okay, I can't hear the music, and then two.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's 10 seconds.
Yeah, and I also totally forgot that I was leading off for today. But